Hello everyone, it is your Sakshi ma'am this side, and today we will study about figures of speech. In this video, I will explain you 12 most common figures of speech. So let's begin with our first figure of speech, and that is alliteration. Alliteration is a figure of speech in which there is occurrence of the same letter or sound at the beginning of adjacent or closely connected words. For example, glittering through the gloomy glades, a load of learning lumbering in his head. In the first example, we see the sound G is repeated, and in the second example, we see the sound of letter L is repeated. Second figure of speech is repetition. Repetition is a figure of speech that repeats the same words or phrases a few times to make the idea clearer and more memorable. For example, first, "O Captain, my Captain, rise up and hear the bells." Here, the word captain is repeated. Second example, "All right, you will cry, all right, you will say." Here, all right is also repeated, and word you will cry is also repeated. Our third figure of speech is interrogation or rhetorical question. Interrogation is asking of a question not for the sake of getting an answer but to put a point more effectively. For example, "Have you forgotten? Don't you know?" Second, "Where is the light? Where is the plight?" Here we can see that question is asked, so it is interrogation. Our fourth figure of speech is exclamation. Here, the exclamatory form is used to draw greater attention to a point. In short, exclamation mark is used. For example, "Oh, what a fall was there, my countryman! Oh, the value of the elderly." So we can see a strong expression or a feeling is expressed. Also, we can see an exclamation mark is used. So, it is easy for us to recognize this figure of speech. Fifth figure of speech is onomatopoeia. Onomatopoeia is a figure of speech in which words are used to imitate sound. For example, "The earth rattled along the road." Here the word rattled imitates sound. "The guns thundered all day long." Third example, "with whining little brats." So these words rattled, thundered, whining, all these represents sound. Sixth figure of speech is inversion. Inversion is a figure of speech in which a language's usual order is inverted or the words in a line are not arranged in a proper order. For example, first, 20 summers did he live. So we can see that this line is not arranged in proper order. The actual order should be "he lived 20 summers." Second example, "Under this stone was he buried." So here also we can see that the words are not arranged in proper order. Poets use inversion for poetical emphasis, but the correct order is "he was buried under this stone." Seventh figure of speech is simile. A simile is a figure of speech that makes a comparison, showing similarities between two different things with the help of words like or as. Therefore, it is a direct comparison. For example, first, "They are as different as night and day." Second, "He roars like a lion." In these examples, we can see as and like are mentioned. Also, in first example, their difference is compared to night and day, and in second example, his roaring is compared to lion. Our eighth figure of speech is metaphor. A metaphor is a figure of speech that is used to make a comparison between two things that aren't alike but do have something in common. For example, he was a lion in the fight. Her words were a dagger to his heart. Unlike a simile where two things are compared directly using like or as, a metaphor's comparison is more indirect, usually made by stating something is something else. In first example, he is compared to lion, and in second example, her words are compared to dagger. Similes and metaphors are often confused with one another. The main difference between a simile and metaphor is that simile uses the words like or as to draw a comparison, and metaphor simply states the comparison without using like or as. An example of a simile is she is as innocent as an angel. An example of metaphor is she is an angel. Do you see the difference? The simile makes a direct comparison. The metaphor's comparison is implied but not stated. Ninth figure of speech is personification. Personification is when you give an animal or object qualities or abilities that only human can have. We always state that in personification, human quality is given to an object, but you can see that the verb or actions of humans are passed on to an object. For example, first, the sky rejoices in the morning's birth. The word rejoices is an action, it is a verb, and this is only a human quality which is given to the non-living thing or abstract thing, that is the sky. Second example, the valleys of earth bury their past. Here, the action bury, the human quality of burying, is given to the valleys of the earth. 10th figure of speech is antithesis. Antithesis means opposite and is used as a literary device to put two contrasting ideas together. For example, to err is human, to forgive is divine. Here, human and divine are two contradictory or two opposite words. And both of them, two opposite words, are used in the same line. Second example is the soup's too hot, the corn's too cold. Here we can see hot and cold are two opposite words and both of them are used in the same line. Our 11th figure of speech is tautology. A tautology is an expression or phrase that says the same thing twice, just in a different way. For example, burn up all selfish aims and ends. Oh, it's a dish uncommon and rare. In the first example, we can see aims and ends are similar words. In the second example, uncommon and rare, two similar words are used in the same line. Last, we have hyperbole. Hyperbole is a major exaggeration or a overstatement. For first example, we have I have told you 100 times. Second example is I can do this forever. In the first example, we can see 100 times. We cannot say something 100 times. So this is an overstatement. But we usually use this in our poetries and prose. Second, also we can see I can do this forever. A human himself cannot stay forever, so it is impossible for things to do forever. So these kind of statements are called hyperbole. I hope you loved this video and understood these topics very nicely. These are the most common figures of speech. We will look for more figures of speech in the next coming video. Stay tuned, subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, subscribe and comment. Thank you.